Hello and welcome back. Another test flight here in XP12. I'm pretty busy at the moment. I have a little bit of time these days, so I try and really get as many of the aircraft into videos as I can, because then there will be some time where I'm not available anymore. And yeah, this here is an aircraft that I bought for XP11 about, I don't know, a year ago or so. And I tried it exactly once because I just simply didn't have the time and the energy to deal with a new aircraft. So this is the Thranda Quest Kodiak, with the normal wheels and all. There are other variants. You can get a one with big Tundra wheels. There's also a water seaplane version of it. But I'm here with the normal version. You can also add a big cargo container at the bottom, like you can with the 208, the Cessna Caravan. And yeah, it is one of these aircraft that you can use for bush flying in Papua New Guinea or in Alaska, Canada, and so on. And look, it even has a strut here at the back, so that if you are loading up the aircraft and the weight kind of is shifted too much towards the back, so the center of gravity isn't the right, this will prevent the aircraft from putting itself sitting down sort of on the back. Yeah, it's from Thranda. They make a reasonably good aircraft. They are working for, I think, for Just Flight, and it looks like this one is now Thranda on their own. And yeah, outside modeling, that's all good stuff. The flickering and the crooked lines, this is XP12, so don't worry about that one. Now let's jump into the cockpit, and here it is, one of these things that Thranda aircraft are very good and well made, but visually, yeah, they're okay, but for me this is too black, and it just doesn't look right, if you know what I mean. Because it's so black. This is probably in combination also with XP12 generally being a little bit dark in the cockpit. So yeah, I mean, the rest here is like the seats, and then there are some areas where you can see that it is, you know, it's a mix of really high fidelity kind of stuff, and then comes something that looks a bit yeah, simplistic. So Aerobus, for example, there you get a good, like from the visual point of view, you get usually everything looks really the part. Here personal opinion, okay? I mean, you may not agree here, but I see these doors and all that. So it's a bit of a mix of simplistic modeling and some better stuff like the seats here, for example. Anyway, maybe the viewing part is not the greatest experience, but definitely normally from the system's point of view and the way the aircraft fly and all that, that should be perfect. Right, now let's have a quick look. First thing I realize is that my elevator doesn't work. That could be because maybe that is correct, maybe not. We shall find out. Okay, rudder pedals do work. Brakes look odd. Do you see how slow they go down? Okay, that'll be interesting. See the steering. Okay, the steering looks relatively straightforward. We shall see how that reacts. I haven't really flown this aircraft, so I can't tell you. Yeah, and then you see the insides of these doors. That looks really odd. That's what I mean with, yeah, that doesn't impress me much. But this is not only the Thranda aircraft. The SimCoder guys have also published a Reality Expansion Pack for it, which I also got last year during a sale. I think I got both more or less for X-Plane 11 on a sale. And Reality Expansion Packs from X-Plane 11 do not really work on X-Plane 12. I tried one or two and they crashed on me, like the whole sim went away. But in this case, SimCoders have actually published a Thranda Quest Kodiak REP. It's a bit smaller. It has less options than normally an REP would have, because we do have a lot of the stuff that would normally then come with the REP in this menu here from Thranda. Now, don't forget the Reality Expansion Packs. They kind of take sometimes very simplistic, let's switch the view. They take sometimes very simplistic aircraft and they enhance them, like a Coronado Bonanza or something, which is not exactly the most accurate of modeling in, like visually, yeah, they're usually good, but from the systems and point of view and things like that, they're not. So the Reality Expansion Pack would improve a lot on the sounds, on the behavior, on also the way that you can fail with this aircraft, because you're overdoing the engine and it will stop on you and things like that. Here, a lot of this stuff is already part of the aircraft. There's no point that Reality Expansion Pack would try and replicate this. So they probably concentrate on things that are not part of the Thranda package. And something that I always like with these here is the maintenance report. Yeah, you can go through. Things will go kaput over time. Especially if you use the aircraft a lot, you can do this kind of economy stuff. I usually don't use it. There's also the automatic engine start, but I just realized that the checklist I should actually have doesn't show. It's probably the name is wrong or something. See if I can get it opened. That is a pity, because it's the checklist that normally help me with this. So what I will probably do then is use the one from the Reality Expansion Pack kneeboard. I'll put that outside though, because it's quite a big window. Yeah, then we do it then like this. It's not an automized checklist, but it will help me to find what I need to do. I have already defined my views. Okay, now the menu that you get from Thranda is quite comprehensive. There are different modes. There is an electric tug, by the way, which you can turn on, and then you can kind of move the aircraft. Can we see them? Yeah, you can then move the aircraft. I can't remember how you do it. We're not going to test these kind of things. I just want to generally see if the aircraft really works in X-Plane 12, or if we get some of the things that I know other X-Plane 11 add-ons, especially payware add-ons with more complicated systems, are suffering from. Things like I can't start the engine and things like that. Okay. Window reflections. Yeah, I think looking at this, I will leave them off. The panel reflections, yeah, I think I'll leave them off as well. Startup running, no, we don't need that. The GPU, we can turn the GPU on, and that means we have some electricity. The thing now is that I need to find where you connect it. Possibly the aux bus master. Let me see, is there... I haven't really been flying with this aircraft, so it'll be a lot of searching, I'm pretty sure. Okay. What's up here? That's the fuel stuff. We shall not forget to turn fuel on, or we'll probably be trying and trying and trying. I'm not sure now how this works with the GPU. Aux fuel ignition starter generator on, alternator on. Yeah, can we see the GPU? Is it started? It's very quiet, isn't it? Yeah, and also, by the way, let's get rid of all this stuff here. Let's also close all the doors. All the lights, all internal lights. There is a checklist, but I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. That doesn't really work. Fairings, okay, fairings. Ah, yeah, the covers here for the wheels, yeah. Chocks are off, cargo pod. Let's quickly check that we have the park brake set. Yep, we do. You can switch between liveries, then the weight and balance, let's see. So our fuel is half the tank, and we have sort of very light. Here's the cameras, which I have actually changed. For me, my FOV, field of vision, is always 80. Here we can do some stuff with the sound. Master volume 10%. We shall see how that turns out. What happens when I use my... Ah, yeah. That looks like it's a little bit low, so I might actually bring this up a bit once we have started. Here you can set skis, for example. Yeah, you can get the regular tires, a tundra and mud flaps or not mud flaps. Cargo, there's a cargo pod that you can... well, the cabin can be cargo, and then there is also a cargo pod somewhere. I'm not sure where. Which would then be attached down here, as far as I remember. And the autopilot, you can get yourself the S-Tech, which I hate, or you do the full G1000 bezel, because this is there were two versions of the airplane for some reason on the store. I can't see the original version, which I actually originally bought, and then I got an update for the Garmin 1000, the one that we see here. The other one I couldn't see. I wasn't even able to download the analog version of it. Possibly you can switch between the two. I don't know. I haven't actually tried that. Let's see. No, it's just that the autopilot gets moved. Anti-ice equipped, yes. And what that is down here, I can't tell you. All right, so that's basically it. Can make this a little bit invisible here. The arrow, I always do it so that I just about can see it. Then it's not as like with Coronado airplane where you always see the CA and whatever. So that's actually quite nice, and you can still see where it is if you want to start up the menu. So what are you doing here now? Why are you in here? I hope I can turn this off. This is in the weight and balance. Off, 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 off. Okay, so I've actually filled up the airplane. There doesn't seem to be a way for me to get rid of the pilot. Really now? Is there an option for that? Doesn't look as if. Yeah. That is not so good, yeah. Okay. And it also looks weird. Okay, let's check all the views. And that's actually wrong. Why is that wrong? Okay, let's let's check again. What? Okay, now it works. Good. So that's the aircraft all set up. Far too dark. Far too dark. I don't really like this because it's very hard to see anything. You can't distinguish any feature. Yeah, you just see these strange screws showing up here. It may be that the real aircraft is actually black inside. Yep, I'm pretty sure there are options for that, but I'm not sure I like this here. So, pre-flight inspection, passenger briefing complete, cabin doors are latched, check aft door. Let's check the aft door, is it latched? What exactly is latch? Aha, there's in two parts, and this is what I mean with simplistic, yeah, this looks like really like drawn. Okay. Hang on, do I get it closed again? Oh no. Okay, but we do have all doors. So the fuel truck from Western. Master switch. Oh, master switch was already on. Avionics master switch on, parking brake set. Here it is, yeah, it is set. Does the switch work? Yes, it does. Okay, that's the lever. Now, I have a bit of a problem with the propeller axis because this is really strange. The whole range of my axis only controls the upper part of that lever, and I can't even get into the feathered position, and it is actually very difficult because you need to grab that, and it's very difficult to grab it like this. So I find this a bit odd. It's not really great. Here, this is the mixture, low idle and full idle, and cutoff. So that seems to work okay. Okay, yeah, that is okay. So this looks like a extended version of, but I think we need to declutter because this is not helpful. I hope that the external power is working and our batteries are not running dry, but I don't know. It's very difficult to see, and I also don't hear anything. Then, what did I do? No, that's wrong. We wanted to have... Yep, so enter. Yeah, visually this is not great. Yeah, you can also see that it's actually made for X-Plane 11. That can be seen here. Right, let's do the usual thing we need to do. First of all, we need to remove EDDS, clear enter, and that gives us then the manual leg here. And we need to get our first waypoint, and our first waypoint is an EDDS. That's crap. If you don't correct this, then you will end up already right after you activate the autopilot, you will be all over the place. So I do a direct to activate, done. Now we have a good flight plan to follow. That's all we need to do. Fuel is synced, so both tanks are in balance. So we have voltage here. Okay. Parking brake is set, engine inlet as required, fuel selector valves left and right on. Now that's something we need to do. If I found out how. Great. Is it like this in the real plane as well? Okay. Firewall fuel shut off, fuel on, pushed in. Firewall fuel shut off. What the heck is that? Where is that? I might not find everything, and I'm definitely not going to... is that a light? Oh, I'm definitely not going to be... So fuel shut off, right wing, push to... yeah, I don't know, like, so let's check if this is here somewhere. Something with a firewall thingy, whatever that is, instrument. So let's put on some lights. Something with firewall. But I tell you something, I'm not going to spend a lot of time searching. Emergency power lever normal. Oh god, emergency power lever. Where the heck is all that? Maybe here. So there's the aileron trim. There's something with firewall. I think we found it. Firewall, fuel shut off, fuel on, pushed in. So if okay. Yeah. So it's pushed in anyway. That's correct. Emergency power lever normal, power lever idle. Yep. Propeller control lever feather. Yep. Fuel condition lever cutoff. Yep. Wing flaps up. Yep. Circuit breakers all in. The question is, first of all, where are they? And secondly, they're not here. You see what I mean? This is so difficult. This is, for me, this is not really a great design. Down here, and they are fake. Okay, they're all in. Circuit breakers, cabin heat off. If I find the cabin heat, it's probably somewhere here. There's the firewall air shut off, so there's another one. Fuel condition alarm, cabin heat, TO torque limit determined from max torque for takeoff chart. Okay, autopilot if equipped, perform. If it means if equipped, yeah, we do have one. Perform pre-flight check, pitch latch propeller blade pitch if equipped. See supplement to pitch latch propeller blade pitch. What? What is that? Are you serious? Pitch blade. Okay, next page. Battery powered engine start. What's the other one? Battery powered engine start continued. External power engine start. Yeah, let's assume that we have everything we need. So external power connect, then on. Okay, so we do have, where is it? Wind panel startup, GPU on. So it's turned on, so we should have power. Bus 1 voltage, check 24 minimum. Bus 1 voltage, yep, looks like we're okay. Flashing beacon on. Okay, so where are all these light switches? Here they are, the flashing beacon on. Emergency power lever normal, check EMA power lever not shown on PFD. EMA power lever not shown, yeah, it's not shown. But I wouldn't even know where to look for it anyway. Propeller area clear, yep, clear props. Out of the way, I'm coming now. Auxiliary fuel pump on node. Aux pump on annunciator shown on PFD. So the aux pump. So where is this aux pump thingy? Auxiliary fuel pump on. So now we should see something here. Aux pump on, jawohl. Fuel flow 0. Yeah. Then ignition switch as required. What does that mean? Ignition switch as required. Do I need ignition or not? As required. How? Egal. Ignition switch as required. So for low motor start on, for high start, what's the difference? Okay, starter switch, high or low motor as required, and note, ignition on, annunciator shown on PFD, engine oil pressure check rising, NG. So where is now the starter? That's this thing here. Oh, yeah. But you know what? I can't hear anything here. Fuel condition lever, low idle, and note. I think we need to go here and bring up the audio. Aha. So, yeah. Fuel flow check 80 to 100. So I hope we are on low idle. This is, yeah, we are on low idle. This is sort of a detent. Low idle and no. Check at 80 or 100 pounds per hour. ITT monitor 1090 maximum. And 52% minimum NG, whereas 63. Yeah, that's fine. So look, sounds like we're in business. Starter switch off, check starter on. But starter switch off. Propeller lever max RPM. Engine instruments check. Aha. Now it had an effect. I think we can get rid of the APU any moment. Alternator on. Exterior lights as required. Cabin heat, ventil and defrost as required. Radius and avionics set. Let's quickly check. So our heading is 72. The initial altitude 14,000. And heading is okay, yeah, fine. Cabin, blah blah blah. Pre-flight procedure for the GMA audio panels. I have no idea what that is. Okay, so we've successfully started the engine. Well, we need to get rid of the GPU, so I go to General and I bring the GPU off. All right. Before taxi, brakes, on taxi, brakes check, flight controls positioned according to wind detection, flight instruments check. Yeah, I think we're okay. Let's see what happens when we loosen the park brake. Oh, oh yeah, oh. Okay, braking is quite okay. Because they kind of slowly move the brakes. They don't move them with the axis, which is probably good. So I guess the engine is quite loud, but I will leave it there for the moment. I'll probably put on my noise cancelling function when we take off. Could be a bit loud then. So flight instruments check, heading and all that is correct. We need to get over there. Whoa, yeah, very nippy. But I'm quite sure you don't want to be that fast in a turn, because your passengers will probably not appreciate it. Yeah, braking is actually very good, and steering is also very good on this one. I really like that. It's one of these aircraft where it's made easy for you. You're not bumping around like crazy. Okay, before takeoff, parking brake is set. Yep. All seats, seat belts and shoulder harness is locked and secure. I hope you have strapped yourself up. Inertial relievers locked. Oh, inertia relievers. Where are those? Inertia. Let me see. What's that, dear? Max emergency power. Ah, so that's the emergency power thingy. There it is. So what's this what are we looking for now? Inertia relievers. That's the rudder trim. But your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea where that inertia something is. Shoulder harness. Here are some speeds. Flaps 20, rotation, kilograms. Okay. Let's continue. Flight controls free and correct. We've done that. Flight instrument check and set. Auxiliary fuel pump on. Yeah, it is on. Fuel selectors recheck left and right on. We've not just done that. Fuel quantity check and set. Fuel totalizer. Fuel totalizer. Reset fuel. Fuel selector rechecked and firewall fuel shut off. Firewall fuel shut off. Yeah. Firewall. Oh yeah, that's this one here. Full in, yeah. Fuel quantity check and set. Yeah. We've done that. Wing flaps set for takeoff. Which is probably the first position, like me guess. Aileron elevator trim system checks. First flight of the day. Elevator aileron rudder trim set for takeoff. Yeah, so the elevator trim is the interesting bit. Let me see. It's probably here somewhere. Takeoff. Done. Engine inlet system check on first flight of the day. Engine inlet. I'm not even sure what the engine inlet is. Doesn't matter. Power lever 300 feet. What? 300 feet per pound. What? Again, power lever 300 feet LB. Bus voltage check. Feet LB. Oh, it's a torque. Okay. Okay, 300 feet LB. Bus voltage check 26 volt minimum, yeah. And engine instruments check. They look okay to me. Overspeed governor system check on first flight, stabilized at 1970 plus minus 50 RP. Overspeed governor. How do I test that? Power lever idle. Quadrant friction lock adjust. Yeah, we don't need that. Engine inlet as required Wi-Fi proper unshown on PFD. Engine inlet norm. Ah, that's this thing. Okay, looks like it's normal. Strobe lights as required. Why would we have strobe lights not on takeoff? Is there a reason for that? Probably. Parking brake release. Propeller lever max RPM. Fuel condition high idle. Oh, and we are happily accelerating. Ooh. Aha, this is the beta. Beta works. Just wanted to test that. You can only test that with engines running. Oh my god, this is getting fast, really fast, very quickly. Park brake. Now, takeoff. Let's see. Normal takeoff. Wing flaps 0 to 20. We have 10. Elevator trim recheck set for takeoff. Yeah, it's still okay. Power set for takeoff. Observe torque. Yeah. So, how exactly should I set it for takeoff? Is that max power, or what do I need to do? Power set for takeoff. Observe torque. Well, I guess I might need this here. Maximum engine torque for takeoff. Aha. Outside air temperature. We're roughly here. And we torque limit max temperature. How do you oh, is that's the altitude? So that would be about 750 or so, if I'm reading this correctly. Annunciators check, yeah, there's nothing. Engine instruments check. Rotate 60 to 65 knots. Climb speed 85 to 95. Wing flaps retract to 10 degrees after reaching 85. Yeah, actually I'm not even sure that we need flaps here, because this is a huge runway. So I'm going to bring it in completely, and let's start. Okay, so about 750 torque. I think I'm roughly there. Oh, we've already reached. Wow. Okay, fine. This is an aircraft without. Have I got a flight director? No, I haven't. Oh, we should have climbed out with 85, far too fast, so far too much power, I suppose. Oh, this is very difficult here to read. Flight director on. Well, oh. Uh-oh. It doesn't show the autopilot. What the heck is that? Okay, then try my hardware. I put it on nav. There's no indication of the modes here. That's not good. and there's no flight director. Now that could be a problem with the Xplane12. We shall see. So what about the climb out? Cruise climb. Auxiliary fuel pump standby. P2 static heat on when below 4 degrees. Engine inlet is required. Airspeed 110 to 120. We're roughly there. Torque set referred to maximum torque for climb. Yeah, we're pretty low, so I suppose we're okay. Propeller 2000 to 2200. Yep, we are nicely in that range. ITT, yeah, looks all okay. We're all in the green, no problem. So we're not going to destroy the engine anytime soon, I hope. That was a cruise climb. There's also a maximum performance climb. Yeah, I'm already reading this from this checklist here. So normal cruise, pitot static heat on. Propeller 2000 to 2200, power set per cruise power tables, observe max cruise IGT, cruise power tables. That's so where's the cruise power stuff? Oh, every page can be brought up individually. So this is climb. Interesting. And maximum engine torque for cruise. So we are somewhere here, and sea level 5000. So about 1500 for cruise. And at the moment we're at 647. And we're not climbing anymore. Why are we not climbing anymore? So unfortunately there's no indications of the autopilot modes, vertical speed or whatsoever. That's actually bad, but it could have to do with the fact that this is Xplane12. So I don't really see what mode the autopilot is in. I have my Honeycomb Bravo. I can see the modes by the lights. Well, that's not very good. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. So this is definitely, I would say this is definitely something that is missing, and or maybe it is intended. Who knows? Okay, let's go a bit quiet here. So it's following the flight plan, so that's all okay. It's all fine. You can see Stuttgart just over there. We're now turning into the opposite direction of the runway. So the autopilot is working, apparently, but it's not giving me any indications on the displays. That I'm not happy about. I don't know if this has to do with the fact that I selected S-Tech. I mean, can I actually switch this? Don't know if this is now a good idea. Should I do this? Oh yeah, that's synthetic vision. Are we over the sea? I don't know that. Okay, that doesn't even look too good. Autopilot on. Trim Alt. At least we can now see that the autopilot is on. And we're on alt mode, and I think I've reached 4,000, right? Yeah, we're on 4,000. So maybe I should leave it like this. At least we can see what mode we are in. The question is this a real S-Tech with all the idiosyncrasies of the S-Tech autopilot? Or is this just an S-Tech-like looking thing interface instead of the one here in the bezel? Who knows? We shall see. We'll find out very quickly. Here you can see the exhausts actually blurring this field. That's good, yeah. So on the Garmin, I still can't see any indication what the autopilot is doing. Now let's check here. So torque values, RPM, all of that looks good. Let's do a little bit of adjustment here. Because I actually need to have a view with the display. Let's see, maybe I can do it like this, because I still need those switches, but I also would like to quickly see. So I use this, see how that works. I think that's okay. Yep. It gives me the display here. So we're past the airport. Oh yeah, let's go to the checklist. So normal cruise, we've done. For the descent, then we don't really have a descent, but engine inlet is acquired, pitot-static heat, ultimate. I think the inlet, what they mean is this here. This is the engine inlet. Yeah, I think that's what this is, and I'm guessing here. Pitot-static heat on, blah blah, altimeter set. We are on standard atmosphere anyway. CDI set appropriately. Yep, we will do that in a moment. We will switch from GPS to the VOR. We have 109.5, which is the not yet reception, but we're going to see it probably soon. Then power is required, seatbelt signs, shoulder harness adjusted, secure, initial reel levers locked. Inertial reel levers, I haven't found them yet. Okay, we are approaching WP2, so what I'm going to do now is quickly check that we are, heading-wise, we are synchronized. Yep, now I'm switching to heading mode. And when we approach WP2, which will happen in a short moment, then I go 340, 90 degrees. So we've reached WP2. I'm now turning towards 340. So autopilot is working fine. It's just that the indications are a little bit. But I would say with the S-Tech, at least I have let me see. I probably need to then do a little change here in the view. Yeah. So that I also see the S-Tech mode, so heading in trim alto. That's okay. At least I know now what mode we have, which is good. So in the meantime, we have reception India Sierra Tango Echo for Stuttgart. East, facing east, the ILS. That's all good. Flaps are up. Aileron and rudder trim are 0. Oil temperature, amps, all that looks normal. Fuel quantity is fine. RPM, torque and all that is all in the green. Okay, so and now I'm turning like 45 degree and I activate the approach mode. Why is the course? Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, forgot. Yep, I messed up. Let's hope. I think that's a problem. So, back to heading mode. I messed up big time. So, and we're going to do 180 and get back on track. Yeah, that was stupid. That was my fault. Yeah. Oh. And we have actually left our altitude. Why have we done that? No, though, it's okay. I mean, being lower is not a problem. Being higher is a problem. So we're fine. But we need to stop descending. What? Okay, heading. Bit of turbulence here. Yeah, I messed up. Mea culpa. Okay, now I'm arming the approach mode. Unfortunately, we don't really know. So glide slope is hopefully armed. And nav mode. So as soon as the should be seeing this thing coming in any time. I'm kind of reducing the angle a little bit. So now it's moving, and I think it looks like it's, yeah, it has, yeah, I think it's catching it. Very good. glide slope. We're still under the glide slope because we had descended a little bit. But that's okay. As I say, below is not as critical. Well, at least not from an intercepting point of view. Being too low can be a problem otherwise. So before landing, fuel selector valve left and right on. Auxiliary fuel pump on. Propeller lever, maximum RPM, yep. Wing flaps as desired, 10 below 138, 20 below 120, 35 below 108. Landing taxi lights as required. Oops, the taxi light is still on. Oh well. Yaw damper off. Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't even turned it on. Question is, where would I turn the yaw damper on anyway? Because it doesn't show up here. Okay, so we are descending, and now we need to get slower. So, flaps 10 below 138. Oh yeah, the flaps have a pretty pronounced effect. Flaps 20 below 120, which would be already the case. Are we on the glide slope? I think we are. Doesn't look like it, but that could be an optical illusion. I think we are slightly off to the right. I'm hoping that'll catch up here. Flaps 20 and it's we are too high, so that's not good. So it's not on the glide slope. This is not good. Okay, we need to get this thing down. I have a feeling that we may have the same problem as with a lot of other the trim. I'm trimming like mad and I can't get it. So no, this aircraft is not yet fully suitable for XPlane 12 because the trim is completely down now, and I'm fully forward now with the so I'm now tricking it in by taking away the power. But the trim is completely forward. So that's one of these things with XPlane 11 aircraft. The trim values are completely different, and that's the reason why we didn't follow the glide slope. That's exactly the kind of tests I'm doing, so that I know, is this aircraft already suitable. So the REP may have been made for 12, and I'm pretty sure Thranda will bring out an XPlane 12 version. At least when I looked yesterday, it wasn't out yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see, hopefully, we're going to see an XPlane 12 version. It's okay. I mean, it's manageable. It's not perfect, but oops! What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you? What? Oh God! Not one of those. Yeah, you can tell me what you want, but wow, I'm not getting it under control here. The steering is. I'm using brakes now to. Whoa. No, this is like a bronco here, like a wild horse. I could have forgot about that, yeah. But I can't keep it straight. Oh. Oh. No, this is not okay. It's very difficult to keep it on the track here. And the trim, that's a typical problem with X-Plane 11 aircraft, with many of them. You can't trim the aircraft because the trim range is different. And that's also why the autopilot failed to intercept the glide slope, although everything was okay when we started it. Okay, we're getting very fast. So I've put it down. Yeah, so, and we are also in the low idle. I think we are in the low idle position with the mixture, so at least we shouldn't be accelerating so much, I hope. All right. After landing, wing flags up, landing lights off. Strobe lights, landing lights, pitot heat, shutdown securing parking brake is set. Environmental control systems off, auxiliary bus switch off. Power lever idle. Propeller control lever into feather position. Again, I need to grab it to get it there. Then generator off. Alternator off. ITT stabilized at minimum detainable temperature. Yeah, I suppose. Probably okay. Fuel condition lever cut off. Oxygen supply control switch if on off. No, we haven't used it. Light switches all off. Fuel selector off if parked on sloped surface. Yeah, but we're going to do it anyway. Avionics master switch off. And the master's auxiliary bus off, master switch off, controls lock. I don't know how you lock them. Don't know what the trick is to get them locked. Lock, master switch controls, tie down and wheel chocks as required. Okay, now we can bring up all the All tie downs. Put in the tie downs. Let's open the doors. Okie dokie. All right, and we have arrived back in Stuttgart. Yeah, I mean, you can fly with the aircraft, but it suffers from exactly those things that I've seen in other X-Plane 11 and not yet adapted aircraft, and that is problem with the trim, sometimes problem with the engines. In some cases, we can't start the engines. Sometimes there are really strange values coming from the engines because this just doesn't match the modeling of the engines in X-Plane 12 with what was here. So these aircraft need a touch-up. It's probably not a lot that needs to be done, as you can see. I mean, visually and all that, it's fine. And it flies okay. The autopilot basically works. But, as we've seen now, when trim, so on the elevation side, when trim comes into play, yeah, that doesn't really work at all. Okay, that was this test. It's not a go. You can use it if you have it, but if you want to buy it, maybe you should wait that the X-Plane 12 version comes out before you invest your money. That's at least the advice that I would give. Apart from that, is a nice aircraft. So the Kodiak is a good aircraft, and when we get it adjusted to X-Plane 12, it's probably going to be great. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time.